Hello everyone, my name is Fred. I work for Orisha Automation. Today I'm going to show you how to add your devices in the Orisha app. This is a video that's going to cover about 90% of the devices you can have in your greenhouse. There are some exceptions that I'm not going to cover because I'm trying to make this quick for you today. The first thing you have to do is create a greenhouse because right now your app is empty. We go to the greenhouse page here and click on add. We want to give that greenhouse a name. I'm just going to call it GH1 for this video, and we click on the check mark here. We'll see now a couple of new things appeared at the bottom here. If we go to control panel, this is where we can see all of your devices. For now it's empty, so we have no devices here. What we want to do then is go to settings at the bottom left and click devices. Now devices are divided in two different sections. We have climate and irrigation. In climate, you can find the heaters, ventilation fans, roofs, roll-ups. Roofs and roll-ups are going to be both under that device here. Circulation fans, thermal screens, heat pipes, and misters. I'm going to show you how to add a heater. It's going to be pretty much the same thing as for the ventilation fan, for the circulation fan, and for the misters, meaning that it's all going to be on-off. So all you need to know is if you go in your greenhouse and you look on the front of your relay unit, there should be a sticker on it with a number. If we click on heater and want to add it, we give it a name first, and the number on your either multifunction unit or activation unit is going to be the number you write here. So if the sticker at the bottom left on the front of the unit says 23, we're going to say 23 here. And now if you have a multifunction unit, you're going to have 10 relays. If you have an activation unit, you're going to have 4. You just have to select the right relay in the list here. So I'm going to say that my heater is plugged into relay 3. And by doing this, when I click add, Orisha knows that when it sends a command to your multifunction unit address 23 to make it turn on the relay 3, it's activating heating in your GH1. And so adding devices is the same for heaters, fans, HAFs, misters, valves also in the irrigation page. Just to give you an example here, we go to irrigation. I click add. I'm not going to show you the pump today. This is more of a specific needs for some people. And so creating a valve, I'm going to call it valve 1 for our example here, and I'm going to once again enter it in multifunction unit address 23. If your valve was entered in relay 4, I'm going to go here and just select 4, and I click add. From now on, Orisha knows it can turn on the valve by turning on relay 4 in multifunction unit address 23. Now, another device that is worth mentioning is roll-ups. Most of you have roll-ups in your greenhouse, so I'm just going to take a moment for that. I'm going here. Roll-ups are under the roof category, so I'm just going to call it roll-up for now. Motor control. If your roll-ups are plugged into one of our units with the black switches on it, you keep it to integrated. In other cases, you can choose custom. For today, I'm going to keep to the integrated settings. I'm going to bring you down here, so we're still going to take let's say that our roll-ups are plugged into a different unit. So let's say you just have a side curtain unit, and this address is 15. You enter address 15 here. In your unit, you have 2 relays for motors. So you have relay motor 1, relay motor 2. So you choose the right one. We can say this one is plugged into 2. Then there's the skirt height. So if you look at your greenhouse, you have your top and your bottom, and the lowest part of your motor might be overlapping with some of the plastic that comes from the ground. So you want to tell Orisha how much of the percentage of its opening it has to go over in order to have some effective ventilation. So if that skirt takes about 20% of your roll-up's height, you want to write 20% in that box here, just so that Orisha knows that it has to get the motor at least 25% up for you to have an effective ventilation in the greenhouse. You also have to time your motors from your lowest limit switch to your highest limit switch. If you're not sure how to set up your limit switch, I'll link a video below that was made by Ben Hartman on how to set up your limit switches. And so once you've set up your limit switches, you can time the opening and closing of your roll-ups. You write them down here. So let's say 120 seconds for the opening and 110 seconds for the closing. And since it's a roll-up, we're going to choose side curtain here, and we can click Add. So with most of the on-off devices and the roll-ups, you'll be good for pretty much 90% of the devices you can plug into Orisha. If you have any questions, feel free to check out our user guide or to call me at 1-888-267-4742. Thank you.